Great guy. I hope I'm audible. Confirm, please. That would be really good. And guys, I got some response. Yeah, meanwhile, if somebody can confirm. So I shared one Google form on my WhatsApp channel for the issues what they are facing. So meanwhile, today let me discuss something very interesting. So if you are a regular viewer of my channel, you already have seen a new course which is being launched, where my plan is like, if you see most of the videos, if you look at the components of .NET full stack, it starts with C Sharp, Angular, .NET. Let me ping my other members also so that they can join. So, understanding and learning these concepts were very difficult. When I started learning, it was so difficult, I can't tell you, because I literally had to go through so many courses, so many, resources just to understand the basics. And then I had to do hands on. So I thought, like, why don't I come up with an idea where people don't have to, keep on jumping from one content to another content and hardly getting any, benefit out of it. So that's where this idea was there with me always for a very long time, that I want to come up with a full stack developer course where everything, right from JavaScript, TypeScript, Angular, C Sharp, .NET Web API, then microservices, which is a very important concept in these days, because if you're going for any interview, you will definitely gonna get this question: have you worked on it or not? How many of you agree with me on this? I think most of them, yeah. So that's the thing which was there. So today I had to discuss something about a guy. What is happening with him? He's our subscriber. His name is UV, I guess. Yeah, Yuvraj. So what is happening with him? He's struggling a lot. He's struggling with his career, where he's got only two options. Either he's on bench, where there is always the HR is always constantly, threatening him that to leave the company or something. At the same time, if he's getting any job, the job is very manual and it's a support work, which obviously he doesn't want to work because he has worked in .NET and now he's stuck. So I hope, Yuvraj, if you are here, so I built a roadmap for you. What you should be doing is, you should not go and tell HR anything. You should be very silent, very kind, okay? First of all, don't let HR know about this, that you are looking for a role which doesn't align with your project, or with your career aspiration, because that will, do two wrong thing. If let's say HR is too pissed off, they might, consider throwing you out of the company. And this is not the right time. That situation should be coming. So you start with today and build a 6 months of roadmap. Don't leave this organization as of now. Try to sustain there as long as you can. And then after 6 months, mean only theory. Try your best to do hands on. Hands on is something I've always been insisting, stressing upon. This is a very strong reason about it. Okay. Yeah, Rishabh. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'll be sharing the roadmap on this pinned comment. You guys can go through it. So what I would suggest, Yuvraj, that you don't let anybody know that you're planning to leave the organization. Utilize this time. It is also kind of a cushion period for you, because at least you're getting salary, right? If you let HR know that I don't want to work these kind of things, then you might be in trouble. Don't be in a jobless state where you put a lot of pressure to learn things faster, because in today's world people have become, so impatient that they want to. I was surprised in one of the live, I think last to last week, one of the guy told me that he used to watch DSA videos on shorts. Can you imagine? Can you literally learn DSA using shorts and all? You cannot. You might revise it, but you cannot learn it. So, see, competition is not there, guys. I can tell you. A lot of people think there's a lot of competition. The fact of the matter is, competition has gone. because of social media. 95%, and let's say consider 90%, 90 to 95% people have lost, literally lost patient. They don't have time. I mean, time you have to find. If you're thinking your career in a certain way after a certain time, then you cannot give this excuse that I don't have time. People are watching shorts, people are watching Instagram. Instead, why don't you go and do some hands-on working? So that's what my suggestion to Yuvraj will be, that Yuvraj, please go ahead and do hands-on. Okay, Rajguru. Let me start, Rajguru, with other comments. So, na, Rishabh is saying the roadmap in Excel. So, okay, okay, Rishabh. Definitely, I'm gonna share my personal one. And what you do, what you guys can do now, you can join the WhatsApp group. Link is there. Also in the comment section, you type the exact issue. Acha, I've shared one form which you can fill. Okay, let me share it with you. You guys use this form and fill it. What are the issues you're facing? I will make a customized plan for each one of you. So Rajguru is asking, Acha, Sangam is saying yesterday project session, when will it start? It has already started, Sangam. In I think 20 minutes, you'll get the first chapter one today. Rajguru, what's your opinion about Angular versus React? Because I know Angular was common in .NET Core, but now in many companies they want React as well. Yeah, you're right. You're right. See, I'm sorry. See, it's not about this right or that right. It is completely. Hi, Yuvraj. I was talking about you only. Okay, I was giving the roadmap, which I'll give you again. Give me a moment. So, Rajguru, React is also equally powerful. But the thing is, to understand React, na, you need slight different approach. Since people usually come from object-oriented background, that's why I insist or I suggest that you start with Angular. Definitely, I've learned both. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed learning both, and React is super fast. Obviously, it's a wonderful language to have in your resume. So definitely, if you're comfortable more in React, go ahead. Definitely, and especially, I think you're interested in Spring Boot and Java as well. If you are, then for you, React will be better, because usually Java with Angular I've seen less. Java with React is more popular. So Yuvraj is saying, yeah, Yuvraj. So I was talking about your issue. So let me address Yuvraj for a second. Yuvraj, bro, you first of all, you don't let your HR, your teammate, anybody that you're planning for a switch, or you are not enjoying the work which you are doing currently. Now, from today itself, you have to start working hands-on project. You start creating hands-on projects, multiple of them. I already gave 5 ideas, right? In a live with I forgot his name, but if you remember, what I'm doing, Yuvraj, for you is I'm gonna create a personalized project plans. Okay, start with C sharp because you told me like your C sharp is also not that good. So start understanding C sharp. I wouldn't say you go with the tutorial. When you're building the project now, you'll get to know the structure. But at least basic structure is required, the variables and all that you have to. I actually you already working okay with me, right? Huh. So don't be in hurry. Start with me. Those who have time now, I'm telling you guys, in next 3 to 6 months, if you follow my course religiously, I can assure you, you can justify in any company, I can tell you, even product based companies, that I know end to end how a software development lifecycle works, right from the thinking and architecture view. See, once I'm done with this, uh, today I've started with JavaScript. In 1 week, we'll done with the JavaScript and all the interview question answer which often comes. Then we'll move on to TypeScript. Again, same thing. So in next 2 weeks, JavaScript and TypeScript will be ready with, and then we'll move to Angular. And Angular hands-on will be very important because each and every line is gonna build a small portion of our project. Something about that school management which you mentioned. So do that, and Yuvraj, be patient. Okay, you don't have to worry where your career is going. You are with me. Trust me. I am not saying just for the sake of saying, because when I started, I'm telling you, I used to get so much difficulty when, because if you go see, Java guys are very lucky. If you go to the YouTube resources, There are tons of good resources out there on YouTube, but we have slight disadvantage in terms of that we don't have too many good teachers teaching .NET. Shiv sir is there definitely, but apart from him, somebody's communication is not that good. Most of the people don't teach us end to end, and that's the trouble is, and that's why I started this YouTube channel. I'm telling you guys, I didn't started this YouTube channel for money or something. I started because I knew the difficulty a .NET developer goes through when he's trying to find a good resource. So Yuvraj, continue with that, and please note down every point. Okay, since you are a junior, maybe after 3 to 6 months you'll be around 2 years of experience. Then you'll definitely get a good job. And go through all the interview question answer I share uh, on my YouTube channel. Deloitte, acha guys, last week I had the interview with Deloitte in the second round. So I forgot to tell you that I cracked the first round and I went through that. That is also clear. But obviously, since I'm in Hitachi, I don't have any interest to join any other company. I denied, but I'll share the experience. It was a very wonderful experience. So I'm definitely going to share you all the details of that interview. Siddharth, I have one question like what will be the CTC range that one can expect for 4.5 years with .NET and Azure? Acha, .NET and Azure with 4.5. 18 to 20. 18 is good, yeah. 18 is a safe one. See, pushing too much the salary in less in number of experience now sometimes put you in a difficult situation also. A lot of people, join a company. Capgemini does that. Yeah. If you join Capgemini, na, you don't join for a project. They'll put you on a bench, and then you have to go through a lot of interviews. And if you are aligned with one project where budget and nothing issue is there, then you might get a project. Otherwise, you have to leave the company. So be careful in that side as well. Yeah, Veer. Actually, I'm working as a backend developer. Okay, I want to learn Angular before switching. So please, yes, So Veer, see, I am assuming since you have got only 1.5 years of experience, I'm assuming you have never switched. So this is gonna be your first switch. Stick with me. We are building a very fantastic application where you learn Angular, Azure, microservices, your C Sharp .NET and Web API thing will be crystal clear. So bear with me. In next 6 months, transition yourself from backend to full stack and then claim it in the interview. Update your resume. See, I'm telling you, in 1 week we will be good with JavaScript. Okay, I mean by the end of this month we will be good with JavaScript and TypeScript with hands-on, with interview preparation also. Then immediately update your resume. Okay, every concept you're learning immediately you'll update. All of you guys, those who are with me, and guys, please one thing, you have to look as an architectural view. Okay, don't just look at the concept as a concept. Okay, I know what is closure in JavaScript, I know what is this in Angular. No, what that concept actually does on ground when we use that. Okay, so exactly in that sense I'm going to teach. Make sure, please try to note it down things. Whichever concept you are not comfortable with, reach out to me personally. I have shared my WhatsApp group. Okay, immediately reach out. I don't want any one of you, because I don't want to see, I'm not making money out of it. Why I'm pushing myself? The only reason, the biggest reason, fine, names when pop up. When I started my career, like Azure was like, what is that? What is repository? All these words. I don't used to, channelize what this concept does with this concept. So that's exactly my idea is. So parallelly, wherever you are learning, continue with that. But this course is very important for you guys. It is important for me as well. Okay, being a teacher, I also have to revise few things before coming to you and teaching. At 9:30 that video will be released after this live. Please go ahead. Acha, please make one customary practice that whenever you watch my video, please add a comment live, sorry, .net or whatever you want to. That will push our video to the right people, and also it will help me grow this channel, because I am doing free for, I mean, everything for free. Yeah. So I'm not asking you any charge, not charge. I'm doing free resume reviews, everything for you guys. So that much at least you can give me, na. Okay, yeah, Ekansh, some with TCA, same with TCA. Sorry, buddy, I missed you. I missed the term. Acha, Veer is asking, sir, what about theories related to interview. Please make videos in such way that it covers concept as well as interview ready. Yeah, you're right. Actually, Veer, I'm thinking now that I'll create a separate playlist where I will tell you exactly how I answer in interviews. See, I'm not a god or something. Okay, I unfortunately, shall I take 5 minutes and tell you my story, how ups and downs I had to face? Okay, so I started with TCS. Definitely, a lot of you might be knowing. When I was in TCS, TCS has this thing is like whenever you lose the project, you go on bench. Now things have changed, but earlier you can be on bench for maybe 2 years, 3 years as well. So I was on bench for 3 months, and the different project which was coming to me was either coming with .NET with Angular or .NET with Azure. So I had only one option. So I saw a mail where majority of the project was in .NET with Angular, and that's where I picked that and I started. Then once I moved from TCS, went to the different company. That's where I had to learn JavaScript. After that, I joined UST. In UST, it was good, so I didn't learn anything. But after that, when I was to join Hitachi, I mean, I eventually joined Hitachi, but I didn't know where I will be going. Majority of the company, because by that time my experience was around 6 years. The moment it touched 6 years, now the interview was no longer like C Sharp .NET. It had a lot of things. They were literally asking so many questions on design patterns and everything. So how I went through that struggle, how I went through rejection. I often tell them like 90% of interviews I've failed. I mean that I've literally failed and learned, and that's why I come here for you guys that you don't have to fail that much. So answering is an art, which I'm gonna teach each and every one of you. Okay, Veer. So, Yuvraj, sir, Azure or DSA means I know a strange comparison, but things are changing rapidly when I go to. Okay, so Yuvraj, I think in your situation, you should not discriminate any good company, any big MNC, you should join, right? Not now, after 3 to 6 months. Once we are done with that course, once you're done with, creating few projects. So, in that regard, I would say you can avoid DSA, but if you have some time, at least the DSA question which I share. I mean, I already have created 5 6 videos which will get uploaded in the next few days. So Yuvraj, make sure at least you are ready with them, okay? Because in service based DSA comes, but very simple one like string manipulation, arrays, and all those things. So that much if you're ready now, then you'll be good. Acha Siddharth, I have one offer for 20.2 for 5.5. So I'm thinking if I go for package because current CTC is 6, maybe. Acha, see, Siddharth bhai, you have your CTC is 6 now, so they are giving you 100% hike here. So avoid pushing too much, because if you push too much as opposed to your current CTC now, you will be in limelight and you'll be expected to work much more than you can even think of, or you'll always be in limelight amongst your own colleagues. Colleagues are not friends here. Colleagues are not friends. So jealousy and a lot of things comes, and budget issues come, so avoid. So 12.5 to 2 you're getting. If any other company is ready to give you 14 or 15, that's fine. Otherwise, join this company. I hope it's an MNC. Siddharth, please let me know if it's an MNC. Mm, Sangam, for .NET interview, DSC is required. It depends, Sangam. It depends. It totally depends. If you are going for companies like, let me give you a name of the companies. If you're going for Society Generale, if you're going for Siemens, if you're going for Harman, then definitely DSA will be coming. JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley. What else? What else I can think of now? Because these companies I've personally gone through the interview and they ask with my experience as well. I'm not talking about juniors, so they will definitely gonna ask TSA. Even with like I'm close to 8 years of experience, and they do ask. DSA will be there, but not the hard one. On lit code standard, I can say medium one, up to medium level range you can expect DSA definitely. So whatever the question I'm gonna share in my channel, na, dear Sangam, that will be more than enough, because I am sharing only those questions which I've personally encountered in my interviews. Acha Sangam, you've got 2 years of experience of .NET and in 4 years of in out system low code 18 LPS code. So your total experience is I'm assuming 6 years, 4 years plus 2 years. Answer that. Meanwhile, let me see what are the responses which I've got on my Google sheet, which I shared with my WhatsApp guys. Acha, one guy is saying it's interesting, right? Gap between experience and expected salary. Multiple responses mentioned a significant challenge in discriminatory between their total years of experience and their actual relevant hands-on salary, depth of the knowledge required. Okay, difficulty in career transition and growth. Okay, lack of structured learning. That is true. That is true. There is a lack of structured learning, undoubtedly. Project related issue, challenges including working on an outside project and poor technical infrastructure. That's totally fine, na? Bhai, I'm not sure if you have given your name. That's totally fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. We don't have to rely on company. Okay, don't rely on any organization which you're working. Learning is our own thing. Yeah, 4.5, 6.5. Another with 2 years, 3.2. Yeah, I mean, understand. See, salary increment is also in our hand. Okay, if we let's say if let's say I stay in a company for many years. Now, if I stay in Hitachi even for 5 years, I wouldn't mind, because even if they give me 5% of increment, it's more than enough for me. That's why I told you, na, that's why I denied Deloitte last week itself. Because sometimes you need a stability also, but not at the expense of your food here. I mean, seriously, 3 LPA, is it even? I'm not sure somebody can even afford a good PG in that salary range. So that is difficulty. That's why I'm telling you, those who have got less than 6 years of experience, stick with me. Build as much as project you can. Hands-on learning. Build a repository. Push your code. Pull your code. Ask GPT to do some errors in your code, and do debugging. Fix it. These things are very important. सिद्धार्थ इज इट्स एन एमएनसी एंड आई विल पिंग यू विद द हाँ 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 सिद्धार्थ पिंग करो यार ठीक है देखते हैं क्या सीन है उस पे आप पिंग करो मेरे को आई वांट टू सी दैट वन अगर गुड एमएनसी है तो विल कंटिन्यू यार ठीक है ना फिर स्विच करेंगे ना यार मेरे साथ रहोगे मैं स्विच कराते ही रहूंगा आई विल नॉट लेट एवरीवन स्टिक इन अ कंपनी फॉर लाइक 5-10 years very recently a very senior guy reached out to me and he told me like he was in a company for 14 years भाई घर थोड़े है क्यों रहना उतना and they don't give you enough money also. Acha Sangam, I find very difficult to understand new projects without KY. I think you meant KT. Acha, acha. So that is true, but at least you can ask for documentation. So at least once you understand the architecture of the project, na, then you'll get the idea and how to read the architecture view of any project. I am gonna help you in understanding that. Sir, I'm on 2.6 LPA with 1.5 in startup. That's why I want to switch, but it's my first time, so don't know how to prepare for it. Acha Veer, see, listen, please. I hope you are a calm and patient guy. You are not somebody that who want to double your salary in next 10 days. If you are, I'm telling you, even if it comes out to be true, Veer, in long term, it's gonna kill you. So don't be like that. You know, I'm not very intelligent guy. The only thing which has worked with me now, the patient. I am not at all comfortable with any YouTube tutorial. I'm not comfortable with any YouTube tutorial which I'm not very comfortable with that. If I'm learning anything, I want end to end view of that concept. Be it Angular, React, JavaScript, whatever. And the only reason why I was able to learn so many things is because I spent time. If you don't believe me, any one of you can let me know by next week, because next week also we'll connect, and you can confirm me by next week that you have gone through a video which is of 90 minutes and you learned that concept. You learned Angular in 90 minutes. I would love to take then after that I would love to take a mock interview of yours. I want to see that is it really even possible. See, these guys are selling their product on YouTube. If you go and see Angular in 90 minutes, the video will be 1 million, 2 million. They have made lakhs from your, precious time, and you have ended up learning nothing. So that's why be very careful with these kind of videos. लर्निंग डजंट हैपन इन 1 आवर भाई। अच्छा एकांश आपने भी डाला है ना? देखता हूँ मैं, 1 सेकंड। लेट मी सी एकांश शीट। किस-किस नाम से डाला है आकांश? मेरे को देखना होगा यार। इंडिविजुअल अच्छा मिल गया। करियर डिफिकल्टी नाम किसने डाला यार? मैंने इसीलिए जगह छोड़ी थी ना कि आप कमेंट में डालो। एक्सेंचर में का किसका है सीन? एक्सेंचर एकांश आपका एक्सेंचर का है क्या? अच्छा आपने नाम डाल दिया है, ठीक है, तो ठीक है, देख लेता हूँ। Sorry guys, I'll be speaking in Hindi with my people also, but mostly I'll speak in English. Please describe in detail main challenges or difficulty you are expecting in your career right now. I am. What is that? गलत किया यार आप लोगों ने। मैंने आपको शीट भेजा, आपने नाम ही नहीं डाला। यू शुड हैव पुट योर नेम ना। मैं कैसे रिकॉग्नाइज करूँ कि किसको एड्रेस करूँ मैं? सो प्रॉब्लम इज दैट आई एम फेसिंग नाउ। अच्छा आपका तो एड्रेस हो गया। Only because of question I'm trying to relate, but you should have put your name at least, na? Hi, bhaiya, I'm an issue. Main issue. The project is outdated project. Working as an expert on web form, neither we have Git in our project. Acha, theek hai. That's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. Even if you're working in a legacy project, what you can do, parallelly create project in .NET Core. I'm telling you, I didn't learn .NET Core because of companies or the project I was working on. I learned on my own, typically on my own. Acha, Kanch, if you have time, please can you put your query by? You guys should have given the name, yaar. Acha. Satish, Satish sir, can you please let me know what was the concern you raised there? Meanwhile, let me try to figure out. Okay, fifth one I have already addressed. One is, sir, problem is that which I'm facing today is now I think I have stuck in my career. Like in which company I am working there in one project related to trading. Handle it whenever any new issue comes, model comes, then work otherwise on bench. See, first of all, yaar English ठीक करो. This English is really wrong. I mean, how can you expect a good high salary package with this kind of English? There is no comma, there is no full stop. Let me read out to you in front of you. Sir, problem is that what I'm. Is this how do you write? I'm not insulting because I'm not taking name, but this is wrong. If I'm senior to you, मैं डांटूंगा भी यार. ऐसे नहीं होता. सिर्फ टेक्नोलॉजी आने से थोड़ी होता है. You should start learning how to write, how to talk, how to impress interviewer. Important है भाई. Okay, the next question is one of the main challenges. See, यहाँ पे भी कोई comma, full stop कुछ नहीं, धड़ाधड़ लिखे जाते हो आप लोग यार. This is wrong. I mean, start learning. One of the main challenge that I'm facing in my career is gap between the total years of experience and my relevant hands-on. अच्छा ठीक है, ये this is very easy. And I know a lot of people are facing that relevant experience and the real experience is different, right? अच्छा पहले मैं एड्रेस करता हूँ यार. देखो इस तरह से जो आप लोग मैसेजेस भेजते हो, मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, मैं पढ़ लूंगा. But the problem is, see, if you imagine yourself sending an email, you will say, no, I'll use Chat GPT. But I can tell you, with tone, if a smart HR is there, they'll recognize that you don't know how to write an email. You've asked GPT to do that. So try to do these things at least from your own side here. Please don't go to GPT for these kind of menial issues. So the difference is his real experience and the total experience. So anyone is in this kind of situation. A lot of people, to my mind, are in this situation that your working experience and your hands-on experience has got a gap. I'm telling you, these people in particular, for anybody, I mean, in general, I say don't switch in a hurry. For these people who have this kind of gap, they should take a moment of pause and they should take at least 3 to 6 months, whatever the concept which they think are very much high in demand in the market, and build a project on based of that. So if let's say somebody is not very good in Azure and most of the calls he's getting where Azure is in demand, so that gives a clear signal that you might need Azure. Go ahead, add it in your project and use Azure for free. Create 5 6 Google account and use it. So for say next 6 months you'll be sorted. ठीक है. Acha, one last sheet. Let me read out. One of the major current I'm facing in my career is okay. Somebody has, filled twice, so I'm ignoring that. From fresher, I am there in Accenture till now, 4.5 years of experience, getting 6.5, and I think you're the one getting 12 LPO. Great, great, great. So 6.5 to 12 is a good hike actually, but in next switch, your target has got to be 25, 20 to 25 after maybe 2 to 3 years. Okay. And what else we have to discuss here? Acha, that project thing, na? Today, the second, I mean, chapter one is going to be released. I think 9:30, na? It has already been released. Go and watch that and make sure you have Node.js installed. Okay. Then VS Code is ready with you. Then what else? Yeah, you're done. If these two things are there, we are ready to build the project. Okay. So the project building, the skeleton of the project, you will start getting an idea by the end of this month for sure. And then you'll understand that how UI and backend actually interacts with each other. And then you'll have fun. I don't wanna, make fool of out of you, and that's why I'll go slow. I will teach each and every concept in detail. ठीक है. What else, यार? How was your weekend, guys? Yeah, how did you enjoy? I hope. Acha, from every weekend, at least one day you should dedicate yourself with, fun, watching movies, spending time with your friends, family. Don't always keep on focused on studies because of me, because I also balance it out. I, met friends yesterday. I was outside, did fun. So don't be in one zone all the time. And a lot of other issues are also there. Mm, where was that? In the response, somebody told me about dual job here. Why you guys do that thing? Acha, let me review few resume. I'll not take names, okay? But let me go through them. One of the resume I found, the guy had 6 years of experience, and what he has written in the resume, I get angry, guys, because I love you guys. I love every .NET developer, frankly speaking. But the point is, what he gave the title of his name. Let's say I am Shubham Mishra working as a system engineer. Does it make any sense? How will HR know that you are a .NET developer? Through system engineer. Post is different and the work you do is completely different, yaar. सही है युवराज cricket study good good good. Sangam bro, I know Angular and my company put me in Angular JS. अच्छा अच्छा. I'm struggling. What should I do? Angular JS. अच्छा, don't let them know that you don't like it. But JavaScript, which I'm teaching now currently, is gonna be helpful because Angular JS was built on top of JavaScript. Angular 2 plus is built on TypeScript. Okay, so JavaScript requirement will be there, and you should be good in JavaScript if you wanna work in a legacy project. But legacy will not work, bro. So Sangam, parallelly build that project with me because this is really gonna be very difficult to justify. I mean, whenever you go na, 99% of the people will be finding .NET JS. I mean, sorry, Angular JS not relevant. So Angular 2 plus is very much required. Acha, Mohammed, you are trying to get your first job. Acha, yaar, mm, I think there is a website or something now which hires. I'll find something. Okay, I'll definitely find some websites because recently doesn't got what will be the time duration of my video. The today's one will be of 7 minute maximum, 6 to 7 minutes. But going forward, it has to increase here because we have to wrap the tutorial fast now. So from now, you can expect like 15. I'll not push more than 15, but those 15 minutes, please utilize it. Open VS Code and code along with me. Okay, please. And I'll create a Git repo where I'll be pushing my code up to at the end of every episode. So you can have a look, but try to utilize that time while watching the video. Pause the video and code yourself as well. Whenever I'm sharing a DSA problem, code along with me. And if there is an issue, immediately comment it out. Reach out to me by WhatsApp group. All this because I'm here not just to take benefit from you, because I'm here to give something to you guys. Accenture one is yours, na? अरे ठीक है ना. So you have started your career with an MNC, then obviously I can understand. Even when I started, like I was very fortunate also because during COVID time, na, the salary hike was they were giving like 100% as well. So from 9 point something to 18 plus, I immediately got the jump. So that's fine. At least you have stability and security, na. But usually, what happens with these company now that if you stay for much longer period, then you will be behind lot of people, those who were switching on time. So only thing I'll tell you, Satish, is with 4.5 years in Accenture, you can push around 14 to 15. So whichever offer is there, no, ask them, try them, because you have a brand value here. So use that brand value, try to use that brand value uh, to convince the HR. They might consider, I'm not sure, but give a try. Definitely give a try. Redis, oh great. Caching, good, good, good. I'm so happy, Ekansh. Everyone at least give 4 to 5 hours every weekend, yeah, in your learning. Okay, where how can you, I mean, let's say somebody is too eager to change a job and get a higher package, then they have to give whole weekend, frankly speaking, at least 3 to 6 months. If you are planned, if you are dedicated, and if you decided the time has come. But those who are chilled out, like they're not in a hurry to switch job, at least start learning one concept every week, like Ekansh did. I have to clap, bro. Good, good. Redis caching is very important, and we will implement in our project as well. We're not getting calls, freshers, .NET developer. Can you please share roadmap to get a job? Also, please share resume. Acha, I can't share my resume publicly, but I'll tell you what are the things I have mentioned. So start your resume clearly with the role. Okay. Let's say, let me open and read out. Okay. I can't share the personal details, but let me read out in front of you right now. Okay. Meanwhile, keep asking the questions. Satish bhai, I asked rollout of the project at Accenture. Now they are telling they nominated for the promotion. Utilize this. Ask them to give 15. That's fine. Not 3 months or something. You ask them like, I want right now. If you're eager me to stop, ask them immediately that I want a salary hike, otherwise I'll leave the organization. Okay. So see, in my resume, how I have structured is, I the very first thing I did is like I have explained myself, the name and everything is there, which is common. Then I have clearly defined the role. I have worked on these technologies: C Sharp, .NET, Web API, MVC. Even within technology, all sub technology also you should mention. Let's say .NET. If you just mention .NET, how will somebody know that you have used either Web API or MVC, or maybe .NET framework, the old legacy one? So don't do that. I have clearly defined what are the components of .NET also I have included in my resume. So it's very clearly written like I worked on .NET, Angular, Web API. Within Angular, I've mentioned like state management I've used, RxJS. So by using that, now your resume gets filtered easily, because these days most of the time our resumes are getting shortlisted through AI, and that's where we can take the advantage of this, because AI doesn't know. He'll type the keyword, and if it matches with us, they'll pick our this thing. Okay, so try utilizing this. As a fresher, you're not getting call. RK, send your resume. I mean, you ping me in our WhatsApp group. I'll see why. Because I realized, yeah, as I told now, I have been going through a lot of resumes these days. At least I think 12 people have already shared it. I'm going through one by one, and I'm helping them to fix resume building. Even Satish sir can do that. Satish got 4.5 and he's getting a good job. So ask him. Satish, help them, yaar. Acha, Omkar, I want to know what should I do as a backend developer. I have 7 LPA package and I started studying the JavaScript. Then what should I learn? React or Angular? In the backend, I know .NET Core, microservices, web API. So okay, anybody putting the question up, please try to add your experience also. So 7 LP, maybe you are 3 to maybe something around 3 years. So depends. It depends the kind of company you are targeting. If let's say you're targeting companies like Deloitte and all, they usually, I have seen with my experience, .NET with Angular is more in demand. But if you go for company like EY, then they ask for .NET with React. So it depends. I mean, both the technology is good. I'll tell you something very interesting insights. You know, in one of the company, I think EY or someone, resume was so thick. They needed everything. They were basically looking for a Superman. And in interview, mostly they ask like .NET, C Sharp basics, and few questions on Angular. Done. And yeah, few 3 4 questions from Azure side. So instead, deciding which tech stack to go, like amongst Angular versus different React, wala difference, go with anyone which you enjoy. I usually prefer, see, in my channel, I'm gonna, uh, uh, launch a course in React also. Same kind, similar kind of project. See, I'll tell you what's my plan is. School management one will be with Angular. One more project which I'm thinking is hospital management. That will be in React. So it depends like which language you are comfortable with. If you, as you said, your JavaScript is good, go for React then. But if your C Sharp is strong, then go with Angular. Akash, I'm working in product-based company on third party. Yeah, yeah. Last time you mentioned it, but I want product based on the payroll. Huh, obviously, a lot of things will change. Actually, the salary structure, the bonus, everything will change. So talk to HR. Since you've already working for 3.5 years, directly tell the HR that if you are if you're considering me to be here for 3.5 years, why don't you convert it? I mean, usually companies take you within a year. I don't know what this HR is doing here. This is wrong. This is wrong. You must reach out to your HR. Yeah, unfortunately, even in my company, even in Hitachi, one of the guys on third party payroll, and they are in risk here. I mean, let's say if I were to lose a project, then I'll go on bench for 2 3 months, then find a project. But those who are in third party, within 15 days you'll be out. So be careful. So Akash, my suggestion would be to go and reach out to HR and explain them that I've been working with you for so long. How long shall I wait? Or you can bluntly say that I've started considering going out. Okay. So meanwhile, you put all the questions. Let me explain what my plan in the next 3 to 6 months on my channel. 3 things I'll be doing parallelly. First one is I'll be sharing my interview experience, whichever one I have gone through, all the questions. So anyone planning for switch, if they go through that playlist where I'm sharing the interview experience, they'll be sorted. Okay. Then I'll have a separate playlist which will be only for product-based companies like Siemens, uh, this one, Philips. Uh, I'm telling you the kind of company names I'll give you. Na, majority of the .NET developers haven't even explored them because they can't think beyond Capgemini, Accenture, and TCS. There are hell lot of companies hire for. You know how many of you know that H&M is also hiring for .NET? They asked me two high level of related code question. I failed. I think in February last year. A lot of people say, I mean, DSA is not important. I mean, yeah, I have failed lot of interviews. I think 2 3 years back, 2 to 3 years back, because I was very, very normal in DSA. I could do string manipulation and other things, but I was not very good or comfortable going beyond medium level of date code. So don't worry on this channel. At least I will be solving all those questions, or at least all those concepts which often comes in product based companies. So as I said, Philips, how many of you have set for Philips? How many of you have given interview with Siemens? How many of you have given interview with Society General? Herman? They hire for a .NET developer. Who says only a product-based company and legacy work is there in .NET? It's not the case. Maybe I don't know. At least since I am in the industry, I have never seen that kind of thing. Acha, I'll come to the roadmap next. Let me address few questions. Siddharth is saying my resume is getting shortlisted for many service-based companies, but not from big product-based companies. Okay. So I think for product-based, we need a different strategy. I'll tell you, Siddharth. So I think you are in our WhatsApp group, right? I'll share with you. See, in product-based companies now, if your uh, 10th and 12th marks is also something you have to consider. I'm not sure about you. So that is there. And then your BTech marks also going to be considered. And then your tech stack. So Siddharth, can you please let me know what is the tech stack you have worked on or currently working on? Omkar bhai, I was in Infosys for 3 years on bench. Then I joined the startup. So there I completed 8 months, lot of work was there. How many months should I stay? Okay, great, great. So, Omkar, I'm telling you, this is the right time you should start. Not looking out for job, but start preparing. So since you are in a startup, so obviously lot of things you'll be learning. So do one thing. I mean, I don't think it's a wrong thing to do. You can talk to your colleagues also, the kind of project they are working. So just get the architectural view of those projects and keep it compiled. It will be very helpful when you will be trying to switch and try to explain the projects. So that will be very helpful. Now the plan, the roadmap for you is, Omkar, I hope you are in a WhatsApp group, right? If you're not, please join. So your roadmap should be, since you are in a startup, so you can take this as an advantage. Now, when HR asks you next time why you want to switch or whatever, or let's say in your managerial round, if somebody asks you, can you introduce yourself, understand all those things, your reply should be like, I am eager to work, and all those bongia. Okay, I am eager to work, I'm eager to learn. If you say I started with Infosys, but because I wanted to take challenge, I joined a startup and all those things, you can mention that. But from now till 6 months, so you've got 8 months, 8, 6. Okay, 1.5 year, something around 15, 14, 15 months. More than enough for you. So in these 6 months, pick a project, pick a tech stack of your choice. As I said, if you love JavaScript, go with React. If you love object-oriented programming, go with Angular. And one cloud. W- But one thing I'll tell you about cloud is, when let's say you learn Azure, I'm telling you, please go ahead and say, I have worked on AWS also. Give the same service. Services are exactly same. Don't fall into the trap. If a company asks you, let's say you know Azure and ask, have you worked on AWS? A lot of people say no. Why? Services are same. Only the name is different. So Omkar bhai, I think you're clear. Okay, your next month, 6 months of roadmap should be do some DSA also, because a lot of product-based company prefer startup guys because they know they are very hardworking and they push the boundaries. So chances are there. So do slight a bit of DSA and build 2, 3 projects on all the tech stack which I mentioned. Even if you don't watch my course, no, that's totally fine, but at least everyone out here, go and watch the first video. You'll get an architectural view, how to think about a project, how to start and end to end till deployment. That will give you enough idea and you go ahead and create your project on your own. That's totally fine here. Veer, sir, I have done BTech. Okay. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I'll tell you a very interesting story. Somebody who did her BTech in agriculture or something, if I'm not wrong, and today is a very big, working in a big giant, living in London, I guess. Okay, very close to me. I mean, I can't tell the name, and she's in London, and she's a data scientist. Don't even think. Nothing. Not at all. No matter what have you worked with. Only thing is that you've got to justify your experience. विकास भाई, आपको इंग्लिश बोलने में प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती? इंग्लिश बोलने में प्रॉब्लम होती है, क्या करूँ? आपका समझ सब आ रहा है। अच्छा, आपको समझ आता है लेकिन बोलने में दिक्कत होती है। तो आप क्या इंडस्ट्री में हो या यू आर आउट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री? आप क्या करते हो? प्लीज लेट मी नो, मैं तब तक बाकी लोगों का जवाब देता हूँ, फिर आपसे बात करते हैं। आपको इंग्लिश बोलने में प्रॉब्लम होती है तो आप आईटी इंडस्ट्री में कैसे हो, ये समझना पड़ेगा। अगर आप अभी बाहर हो तो फिर क्या है, बात करते हैं, ठीक है? आप तब तक अपना बताओ, मैं बाकी लोग का एड्रेस करता हूँ क्वेश्चन। अच्छा, यशवंत, what basic points I need to learn for web API to microservices? See, web API and microservices are totally different thing. See, the point is you have to create different endpoints and different services. So usually when you create a web API, everything you put in a single box. But what happens when you're working with microservices is the same services get split. Just imagine a school management one. So handling teacher data will be a different service. Okay. Handling students data will be a different service. Handling students exam will be a different service. Handling their result is a different service. So what happens with this? And on top of it, we will create a API gateway. What API gateway does? It redirects your request from client. And who is client? Angular. In our case, let's say in our project example, so Angular sends a request, a teacher comes, okay, let's say application is ready and teacher hits on assignment or something. So that request will reach first to the API gateway, and that API gateway will decide which service I shall redirect this request to. So basically we create a big API, right? All the controllers are there. But in microservices, we split it. But there are a lot of things which has to be discussed about microservices. So wait for a month or something. At that time, when we'll create it, you'll have a hands-on knowledge. You'll get the clear understanding of it. That's why I'm saying this course is very important for everyone who hasn't worked beyond .NET or C Sharp. Yashwant, my basic point I need to learn for web. Okay, you're done. Acha, Siddharth, my tech stack is .NET, Azure, SQL, and have some experience in Angular. Don't mention some experience. Even to yourself, you have experience. Create a project. Go and create a project. Because see, it's not about lying. It's about uh, you know expanding your own boundary. If you always gonna convince yourself that I'm a C sharp .NET developer, how will you think beyond? I mean, I have a lot of experienced colleagues who even today are stuck. And if you ask them now, like out of maybe embarrassment or something, I don't know, but they often reply, "Yeah, yeah, 6 years ago I worked on React." Arey Baba, I'm talking about today. How many tech stack you know today? So that's why, Siddharth bhai, don't convince yourself that my tech stack is only till now. Never use the word have some experience. If you are in urgency, that's a different thing. Let's say your interview is coming in 1 week, obviously you cannot justify everything. But if you have time, every day I often say, in each life that don't plan your switch immediately. Plan 3 to 6 months prior to that and follow a structured, what to say, roadmap. I can tell you with my own experience, a lot of people say, no, high salary is a risk. It is not. If your tech stack justifies that. Lot of people, I mean, imagine you with your own self. If somebody, if a company is hiring a .NET full stack developer and the company couldn't find a .NET full stack developer, he hires a separate engineer who will handle C Sharp .NET API. He hires somebody who is good in Azure, and the company hires a cloud as well, and front end side developer. Imagine, because you couldn't handle all this, company had to invest even more. But imagine yourself that you can handle all this for work on your own. Don't you think company will give you at least 80% of the total budget company had to invest on those four people? So never. I am not at all convinced with this theory that high salary is a risk. No. Only problem is majority of the people don't have enough tech stack on their bucket, and that's what hurts them. So Siddharth bhai, your Angular is good. First thing comes the convincing the right. Nobody can lie. I can't lie to myself. So Siddharth, you can't lie to yourself. So if your Angular is kind of 50-50, then I would suggest build 2-3 projects. Okay, and you definitely work with me when we'll reach to Angular. We'll collectively build those projects. We'll go into the deep. So Siddharth is a full stack developer from today. He is good in .NET, SQL, Azure, and have good experience in Azure as well, Angular as well. Rudra Madhav, Rudra, I am joining startup product based company last 1 year. Okay, now I'm stuck there. No source, no one talk about. I am doing right now. See, Rudra, I'm really sorry, sir. Don't get me wrong, but this is not the way how you write here. I mean, your English, I can't even read properly. I am doing right now ASO, ASP.NET web form, okay, jQuery and SQL procedure. Now what to learn? Okay, so see, at least now you have a job and you have some exposure how C Sharp and .NET code are written in production, right? You don't have to go and let the entire world know that you have worked on a web form and jQuery. From today itself, you start transitioning to the .NET core thing, okay, and when you go for interview, don't at all let them know that you have worked on web forms. You can say, yeah, in one project I dealt with it, but mostly I worked in .NET core. I also have worked on, yeah. How many of you know WPF? Have you heard of WPF? I worked on it, but I've never admitted in front of HR. I often say, like, yeah, it was a side project, so I handled. So web form from with jQuery and SQL procedures. Yeah, obviously it's a very less tech stack, Rudra. So Rudra, you can try adding those things in your resume one by one. Okay. So don't out of the box just because I'm saying go and write it. No, go and understand how .NET Core actually works. Actually, somebody is right that I should create a video where I explain, I teach you .NET Core. I understand here. I'll do that. I'll do that. आई हैव 6 months ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस इन डॉट नेट। अच्छा विकास, ठीक है, ठीक है। लेकिन विकास भाई देखिए मैं आपको बोलता हूँ कि आपको इंडस्ट्री में अगर एक्सेल करना है, अगर आपको मैं बताऊँ थोड़ा-सा इंग्लिश में बोलता हूँ फिर हिंदी में बोलता हूँ। यू नो लॉट ऑफ पीपल वोंट बिलीव दैट आई गेट largely high salary largely because of my English as well. Because even now I'm, talking to clients most of the time. So if company can't put you in front of the client thinking that you won't be able to handle, then obviously that hampers your salary. तो विकास जी मैं आपको ये बोलता हूँ कि आपको अभी 6 महीने हुए हैं ना, तो आप अगले 6 महीने 1 साल इंग्लिश पे फोकस कीजिए, ठीक है। और इतना मुश्किल नहीं है, आपको थोड़ा थोड़ा बोलना चाहिए जहाँ पे भी मौका मिले। एक तो ये मैं इनसे जस्ट गिव मी अ सेकंड गाइस, आई विल स्पीक इन इंग्लिश बट गिव मी 2 मिनट्स। एक तो यार पता है मैंने ना मैं इसीलिए बैंगलोर चुना था कि मुझे वहाँ के माहौल में नहीं रहना था। कि आप एक्सेल कैसे करोगे? हमारे एरिया में सारे ही हिंदी बोलते हैं। ऑफ़िस में मीटिंग को छोड़ के हमेशा हिंदी बोल रहे होते हैं। तो आपको ग्रो करने का भी नहीं मौका मिलता। तो यही एडवांटेज होता है बैंगलोर या हैदराबाद में कि यार अभी देखो ना स्विगी वाला मेरे को खाना पहुँचाने आया। आज संडे है तो कुक तो आएगा नहीं। कॉल करके मेरे से अंग्रेजी में बात कर रहा है भाई। सो दैट्स अ प्रॉब्लम। ओके विकास भाई, सो प्लीज़ आई एम टेलिंग यू ऑनेस्ट रिव्यू, इंग्लिश के बिना नहीं काम चलना। यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस इट, ठीक है? और पैरेलली आप हमारे साथ जुड़े हो तो अलग-अलग टेक स्टैक तो सीख ही रहे हो। गुड, ठीक है? Acha, Ayush, you have worked on it. Rudra also have worked on it. Okay, WPF. It was a nice technology, I would say. I wouldn't say it was a bad, but obviously it was only on. It could only run on Windows, so that's why I think it got outdated. But it was nice. I had fun. I built. My client was this one, yeah, BMW. So I created their monitoring system in WPF. I got even reward for that. तो WPF तो मेरा क्लोज है, पर ऑब्वियसली नहीं बताता हूँ पब्लिकली कि उसका अपना इम्पैक्ट होता है ना। ठीक है सिद्धार्थ, थैंक यू यार, है ना? यू आर गुड, योर टेक स्टैक इज़ रियली गुड, योर एक्सपीरियंस इज़ गुड, you have stayed in a good company, so that will actually help you in long run, you know. And anyone, it's for everyone. It's a generic advice that if you think you lag in communication at times, you're I mean, before you go into the technical things and all, parallelly add at least 1 hour or half hour or maybe 10 minutes for yourself where you communicate to yourself. Start looking in front of the camera or maybe even a mirror and talk to yourself. Consider yourself as an interviewer and ask the question, and immediately after that you reply to that question. If you do that, I have done that. I'm telling you, I'm also coming from a typical Hindi speaking background. I learnt it. It took me years. It took me years. You know, in college, I tried to used to get, involved in debates and all. I used to get frustrated. I couldn't speak. I was so angry with myself. But I used some Duolingo and all those applications, right? Where you can talk to different people or English talk. I don't know. I used to practice on top of it. Uh, So, those who are struggling with the communication thing, please make sure that you fix it as soon as possible. Anybody who has got, I would say, below 4 years of experience, that is the best time to learn. Because after that, you'll not get a chance to learn. Because till that time, company will consider that okay, he's a junior, he's learning. But after 5 6 years now, if your communication is not good, they will point it out, and you might be rejected only because of this, despite you knowing everything, every tech stack. So that could be very troubling. सो विकास, आई होप आपको बुरा नहीं लगा होगा. इट्स नथिंग टू इंसल्ट और समथिंग. मैं आपके भाई की तरह बोल रहा हूँ, आपका बड़ा भाई होके, कि आप काम कीजिए उस पर. ठीक है. अच्छा रुद्रा, यू डोंट हैव माई व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप लिंक. अच्छा. ऋषभ or anyone from team, can you put that please? Okay, Ravi or Rishabh, anyone? Admins will put the link here. Give me a second. So yeah, so shall I start with the roadmap of what we are doing? Okay. If any question, please put it. I'll try to respond. So acha, in next 6 months, what we are doing, this whole for February, we are going to invest in JavaScript and TypeScript. That will be the basics. But I'm telling you, I'm not gonna just tell you what is the difference between let and const. I will tell you internal working of JavaScript. I can tell you, if your JavaScript is strong, then I mean, web development will become like a smooth. You can't even think that how smooth it will be, because every UI framework has got some relationship with JavaScript. Somebody was talking about React, right? React is completely JavaScript. It's its own library. Facebook team build few features on top of it, but the core is still JavaScript. If you write any React code, you will realize that it is exactly JavaScript with so many other libraries being there. Actually, how many of you worked on UI side know what is the difference between a library and a framework? So thus, can we consider any company if they're hiring for a project saying that they are, हाँ 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 यार देखो सीधा बताता हूँ. See, if you are getting high salary, no matter what they are working on, join. But as I say, spend some time with your own self and learn. Who is gonna? I mean, does any HR can go and check in different company which project he was working? Will that company gonna be comfortable telling them that project was this and this was the tech stack? No. So all you need to do is to justify. So Siddharth, if you are getting higher than what you are getting here, or as opposed to the companies which is hiring for .NET Core, then definitely go ahead. See, you don't discriminate based on tech stack. I have never. I'm just being fortunate that I have always had a few, multiple offer letters that help me to decide which one to go and which one to reject. So that's the way. Okay, coming back to the roadmap. So this entire February, we will do hands-on on JavaScript and then TypeScript. Okay, once you're done with that, once you're comfortable with that, and maybe even earlier, by I can say 20th of February, you can say we will be done with these two concepts, or maybe even earlier. Okay, the moment we are done here, now you have to be very cautious in each and every step, because every step will create one small component of the application which we are building, and slowly you will realize how two components are interacting, how they are making call to the API backend, and everything will be so much fun. In the parallel, let's say I am done with one module, immediately I'll share all the interview questions which I have encountered till now. in my life. The product, this company which I'm talking about, when I jumped from TCS to that Aptiv, it used to work with so many big companies here, like BMW, these car companies. So the only reason I got selected because of JavaScript. Since my JavaScript was strong, they considered it. So that's why I'm saying, because coding also in JavaScript is slightly easier but trickier. You'll get to know. I'll share all the tricky question which can come around JavaScript. And without knowing them, if you're sitting for an interview, you can get stuck. Even lot of, and the best part of this project gonna be is like you will be able to justify any what we call that scenario based question, right? All those scenario based questions you will easily gonna justify because you'll have literally hands on here. What do you think? I mean, school management is a literally production based application which is ready to deploy. We'll do everything, but mostly I'll try not. I wouldn't mind. I mean, I wouldn't like you guys to spend money, so I would tell everyone that create multiple Google account, and whenever we are playing with Azure during our application, try to go with the free plan. Okay. Okay. Somebody. Acha, let's come back to the resume review thing. Okay. Just give me a moment, guy. Meanwhile, type your question if you have any. What are the things I've involved in my resume? Give me a moment. Meanwhile, please let me know if you have any questions. I forgot actually to keep it open here. I'm really sorry, guys. But any question, please put it, and I'll tell you how exactly to frame your resume. This is going to be a very important point. So please stay here. Yeah, I found it. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I found it. Yeah. So see how I've structured. Okay. At the top, my name, then my personal mail ID, then contact detail, then I've given the profile summary. Acha, this much though I can show now. How to share the screen here? Yeah, let me try. Acha, you see. So how I started. See if you see on the top. Acha, can you confirm if my screen is visible? Visible, na? हाँ ठीक है हाँ हाँ. This is my old resume. You can use this, you know, because the current one is slightly personal details are there, so that one I can't share. But this worked here. I got into Hitachi because of this resume. I'll share with you. Ah, okay. This one I can share because all the personal things are not personal is a different thing, but I'll tell you later on. So understand this. So always start your. I mean, I would even encourage you to take screenshots if required. If you see just by looking at this much, even if they don't go below this one, do you see how clear it is? Everything is visible. Who I am, where I'm working, what tech stack I worked on, and on right side all the skill set. Right. So here I have let them know that which other companies I've worked on. It's actually 2 years back, but this is exactly the resume template even I use today, and that works. Key skill, see, okay. Frameworks and libraries separate, separate, okay. So on the first page, I have informed everything which I have worked on hands-on, okay, and then my work experience starts from here. My point is, you don't have to put so many details in your resume, but key things has to be visible. What are the companies you have worked on right side, and try to keep it separate so that even if AI is got to find, a lot of you might not believe. Well, how to? I'm not sure if I can share or not, but companies like Infosys, uh, Deloitte, and all these companies. I can't tell you. 365 days I get a mail from them. Uh, can we schedule a interview? So because it's been 2 years, I haven't set for Deloitte round. So that's why I recently set last week. And also, I wanted to share the information with you guys. That was also the reason. So start with these kind of things. Your core skill. What are the tech stack you have worked on? Then what are the design patterns you have used? Okay, this much is enough. You can take the screenshot. Okay, and then you can go ahead where you can tell all this information, which I have reduced because since my experience was growing, it was getting thicker. But this much detail, though, definitely everybody need. Everybody tech stack thing, very clear, crystal clear. I'll share with you guys the first page. Okay, I'll definitely gonna share the first page where you can utilize it and update accordingly. Acha, now, if you remember, I was telling you na, that I have worked on Azure. I mean, mostly in AWS, but I know Azure because I worked personally on personal level. I've mostly used on what we say industry level. Otherwise, you'll see everything. I mean, right now, let me share immediately, yeah, with my WhatsApp group. Okay, immediately, let me share. Uh, Acha, not exactly everything, but at least the first page I'll share. Okay, first page template I will share with you guys. And below the experience thing, you can keep it separate. Okay, because majority of the time your resume is gonna shortlisted based on this part, right side part. Majority of the time, the moment they see that it's got almost all the text stack covered, you're done. Because they don't even have to look at the left side of the portion. You see, if you look at my resume, even you don't have to see what I've done. You will see my first three lines, okay, and on right side everything visibly visible because I've split it. I'm not making a generic comment like .NET framework. No, within .NET, what else I've worked on, including Web API, MVC, Entity Framework Core, everything. If you look at the JDs of big MNCs, most of you guys, if you recall, JD will be this much. You know, maybe you will be working on WPF, but JD will be this much. And that's why your resume sometimes not gonna get shortlisted because you have made a generic comment. Look at how I have started. I'm Shivam Mishra, working here as a clear cut .NET full stack developer, not .NET developer, not, I mean, currently in my Hitachi, my position is a senior consultant. Will I write that? No, I am .NET full stack developer. My core is that. So I let my HR know, na, what is that? A lot of people see, I see, like, I'm so irritated. You might not believe. Let me show you here. How many people have made a strange kind of, mistakes. Don't look at my personal thing. Just look at these things. See, there are so many. Out of all these resumes, I'm telling you, majority of the people missing out in these details. They haven't even defined their own, tech stack properly. Some of, as I said, the strange one was a system engineer, not mocking, because you are very close to me and you're like my family. So that's why I get, kind of pissed off. Spiritual Mind, I have one suggestion. Can you please implement .NET Full Stack app in the live session? So if we have any question, doubts, we can discuss. Okay, spiritual guys. But the trouble is, a lot of people have different doubts. You know, on career aspect and different thing. If I start doing that, then first of all I need to be prepared, and my so much time is gonna go into that. So a lot of things are also there with me. I am, currently working in very tight schedule in office. A lot of deliverables are there. So this entire week will be very difficult for me. You wouldn't believe I'm literally reducing my sleep time for this. Now implementing them in live will be difficult, but yes, one thing I can do, that I can create a small application here. Okay. Obviously we cannot implement end to end, but we can Create a small microservice which will just say hello from microservice one, hello from those things I can do for you if you want. Yeah, I can do that. Siddharth, after accepting OL, okay, they ask for to do some task related to onboarding and those things before joining itself. So is it okay if they tell you don't want to join? Now, how many days before last working day we can inform? 15 days. 15 days will be a good timeline where you can discuss with the HR. हाँ हाँ. अरे even after joining, if you're not comfortable, you can leave. यार. I was telling you about in my last live with Shalja. I told you about no one of my friend Manisha joined Oracle, and since she got better job, she jumped. Nothing here. It's not like, see, nobody. It's against the law. You cannot stop somebody from deciding about their own career. Even if you join, even if you have written in notice that I'll not leave this organization in 5 year, in next 5 years, you can do that. The only thing is that the trouble becomes when a lot of people who are, let's say, fresh graduate, and the companies try to exploit them by taking their 10th degree, 12th degree. That is wrong. If you come into that kind of situation, please avoid. Don't do that. Otherwise, Siddharth, you can sort it. If you get a better job, even after joining, let's say after 1 week of you joining into a new organization, and you get a much better job, much stable one, much higher salary, why would you stay there? यहाँ पे कोई घर नहीं भाई. When you get the chance, move on. Yeah, what are the things I should target to learn from Azure based on 4.5 years? These things, yeah. See, these things. These things will be more than enough. Anyone, you can utilize this. Let me give you the entire portion here. Okay. Name and all those things, anyways, makes no sense. Instead, I'll share the first page itself. Okay. First page itself on my WhatsApp channel. You guys join. Acha, some of you were saying like you don't have WhatsApp channel link. Let me share with you right now. Acha guys, it's already 10:30. Thank you very much, yaar. It was very interesting and very interactive session. I loved it. I really loved it. तो नेक्स्ट वीकेंड मिलते हैं. और प्लीज़ आप लोग कंटिन्यू रखना. पढ़ाई लिखाई अपने को करते रहना है. मज़े करते रहना है. फन करो. गर्लफ्रेंड को कहीं घुमाने ले जाओ. बीवी को ले जाओ. बच्चों को घुमाओ. है ना. सिर्फ काम पे नहीं करना है. और भी चीज़ें करनी है लाइफ में. But please, acha, this course thing, please stay very focused on this, okay? Because I'm genuinely putting everything I can to make you guys genuinely full stack developer. And if you look at my resume, these are not fake things here. It's not as if I have just randomly put it and I can't justify any interview. And one of the reason why I keep on giving interviews is because I want to stay relevant. That what exactly is going in the market. Okay, I think we are very good. We've spent enough time. Anything? Is this resume template you got from Shiv sir? No, yeah. I mean, this is completely different. I think I got it from. I'll share you the website name. Okay. There's a very good resume builder website which I use, and I found this very attractive because even one HR told me in person that your resume outshines because a lot of people give one page resume and they don't get shortlisted. Mine is like 3 page, but still I get shortlisted because the clarity on left side who I am and all those things, on right side the tech stack. Clear? So this page, first page, I'm gonna give it to you. You can reduce it. Okay, my first page is no longer this big. It has been reduced a lot, where I've simplified it. The first page, I've simplified it. This is very big now. I've simplified it. It's no longer this much. So that helps. And majority of the people work on these things. You will. Why don't we should like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and all those things, right? So adding more things does no harm. But if you're not able to justify that, then adding more thing will not make sense. Because in one of the company, Capgemini, right? In Capgemini, lot of people who have just worked on C Sharp .NET framework, maybe with Azure, they're sorted. They'll get a good high package job in Capgemini, in companies like Capgemini. So you don't have to lie. That's why I often suggest that learn with me. Whatever I'm doing, parallelly you can do. You can create a parallel project on your own. So think in that term, and always learn with hands-on. With hands-on here. Theory will not help you guys. I'm sorry to say, don't get me wrong, but theories doesn't help here. So avoid relying completely on theories. The reason I personally feel, and I'm not saying this to show off, or I'm not saying this to make you feel bad, but I can tell you a lot of my senior, maybe even double of my experience, haven't even crossed 30 lpm. One thing obviously is not in their hand is largely because we born in the COVID era. COVID on one hand is a bad thing, but for developers it worked well, because at that time companies had for nonsense salary. And after that, obviously, the Indian IT market itself changed. Once you, let's say, if somebody is getting 25, you have to give 28, 23rd or 30, na? You can't reduce his salary. So that is one reason. But at the same time, different reason is a lot of people are reaching out to me on LinkedIn, WhatsApp. You know why I came to WhatsApp on YouTube? Largely because of this. Because I couldn't reply everyone on LinkedIn and all. My messages used to get here so thick. Looking at my career graph, I don't know why they would reach out to me. Yeah, actually, one thing was there that I used to share a lot of my knowledge on LinkedIn. Maybe because of that, they knew that this guy knows different tech stack. So, a lot of people with 14, 15, 16, 18 years of experience are still stuck with the .NET framework, and that is dangerous. You are on the verge of, maybe facing a big layoff. So please, anyone who is senior to me, avoid being just stick on .NET framework. We are done with the questions. So shall we wrap up the session today? Siddharth, thank you, bhai, thank you, Siddharth. I'm always with you, यार. Anyone has got any issue, reach out. पहुंचो यार, व्हाट्सएप खुला हुआ है, और क्या दे दूं? अच्छा, थैंक यू, बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग रहा सेशन। हाँ विकास, बहुत अच्छा लगा, आप लोग सब आए, बहुत अच्छा लगा, और बहुत अच्छे से कॉन्वर्सेशन हुआ। सबने अपना अपना क्वेश्चन शेयर किया। मैं आपको अपना रिज्यूमे का टेम्पलेट दे दूंगा, इसको छोटा कर दूंगा, ठीक है? इतना सब कुछ नहीं डालना, अब तो जरूरत नहीं है। अरे यार, एंथ्रोपिक, अच्छा, लास्ट कमेंट गाइस, लास्ट कमेंट। I can't show you the message, but I can tell you, my junior got literally scolding. I mean, like, बस मार नहीं खाया उसने, क्योंकि एआई के थ्रू वो हैंडबुक बनाया। अच्छा, मेरे को एक बात बताओ यार, इफ एआई इज जेन्युइनली सो स्मार्ट, व्हाई आई एम स्टिल फेसिंग इश्यूज व्हेन आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेक हेल्प फ्रॉम एआई? सो ये सब कहानियां, किस्से हैं। देखो यार, बिजनेस है, मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि एआई का बिजनेस क्या क्या मसला हो रहा है। If let's say I have come up with a charger, just for example, and this charger, you know, you put your mobile and it gets your mobile charged up in 30 seconds, just for instance, or maybe a minute. The traditional charger, you have to put it for like 15 to 30 minutes, even if it's a smart charger. Don't you think the entire world, the entire big companies will come after this technology and try to portray as if it's everything? It's everything. On one hand, AI is definitely helping us to do our task faster. But frankly speaking, I'm waiting, because if AI can do things faster, I'll be more than happy. Because I know it will not take away my job, it will make my job even stronger. Because one thing, लास्ट कमेंट है, आप लोग बस अच्छे से समझो इसको। अब इसके बाद भी एआई से डर नहीं निकलता तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? यार, ये जो इधर है ना, इट टुक अस 3.5 million ईयर्स यहाँ पे पहुंचने के लिए, ठीक है? हम एक टाइम पे सारे सिचुएशन से गुजर गुजर के, हमारे जो पेरेंट्स थे, ऑल पेरेंट्स हैव गॉन थ्रू डिफरेंट सिचुएशन एंड दे हैव कम आउट ऑफ दिस, एंड दैट्स व्हेन वी हैव लर्न टू सर्वाइव. All of you must have read about survival of the fittest thing, right? AI will not be able to, because the instant thinking AI cannot do. It's a model which gets trained on data, and that data is limited. How can you put a human which is futuristic? You have no idea in next 10, 15, 20 or 50 years what are the kind of technologies we'll come up with. So don't bother about it. We are sorted. चलो यार, अब तो वीक आ रहा है, मंडे आ रहा है, रोने का दिल कर रहा है, बट आई मीन दिस इज व्हाट इट इज. बट दिस वीकेंड वाज फन, गुड, and I'm so happy that I was able to share my learning with you guys. Acha guys, one small request with everyone: whenever you watch any of my video, or in fact even now, whenever you're free, just go ahead and add a small comment, yeah, that love this or .NET, because if you are also in love with .NET, then help me grow. Okay, I'll keep on helping you. Always reach out to me on WhatsApp, everything, LinkedIn, सारा चीज ऐड किया हुआ है. ठीक है. Bye bye guys, good night, thank you very much.